back to my channel. Today in this video, we're going to talk about role models. And actually, I have no idea how many of you guys have role models in your life. I think that question is pretty important, and we all should have someone to look up to in our life because in that way, we know exactly how to respond to our personal challenges. So basically, the first question that I'll ask about my students in my class is that who is your role model? Some people do know who their role models are. Some people have no idea, but it doesn't really matter because life is all about self exploring. Once you take some time thinking about this question, you are actually knowing more about yourself, and I think that's the most important thing. You don't have to give me the answer immediately when I ask your question. You can take some time thinking about it and gradually give your answer to your own, right? But for me personally, I have two role models growing up, Bruce Lee and Kobe Bryant. Or these two people are global and cultural icons, and I firmly believe that they have influenced so many people all around the world. And it's actually really funny. Like Kobe Bryant has been dead for 6 years already. Bruce Lee has been dead for over 50 years, and I have never seen Bruce Lee in my life. But his mentality and his way of thinking has to some degree changed every aspect of my life, especially when he faced adversities in his life. Just imagine last century, like 20th century, he was in the Hollywood, and at that time, our Asian people were heavily discriminated by black people and white people. However, he could use his own way to kind of pave a way for Asian actors to gradually act in the Hollywood. And I can imagine how much he sacrificed for this and how much he needed to do in order to kind of change the attitude that Western people have toward Asian people. So, I mean, because of his confidence, I will say his confidence. Like his confidence completely changed my own personality because I've always wanted to be a confident person since I was really young. Since this is because I was not always confident and I didn't think that's a good thing for me. I want to be confident. I want, and to be confident doesn't mean that I have to pretend to be confident. I should be really confident about myself, even though I know this is not what I can do, but I can still learn how to do it, right? I know exactly where my capabilities lie in, and I know I can learn how to do it. So it doesn't matter. E- Even if I come across some problems in my life, I have no idea how to get this problem down just by myself. But I know I can learn something from other people or from the internet, and eventually such problems can be done just by myself. So that's confidence. I mean, confidence is not you know exactly how to do it in the first place. It's that you will learn how to do it gradually along the way, but you will never ever cast doubts on yourself, thinking that you're not good enough. I will always think I am good enough, and I will always think that I'm able to do it once I take some time learning how to do it, right? So that's confidence. And I think that's Bruce Lee's influence on me. He has changed my personality, and I was extremely in big shock when I first saw his interview toward like Fox when he was 24 years old. He was already so confident back then, and I was 23 back then. It was 2023 or 2022. The first time I was watching his interview, it just caught me off guard. So since then, I wanted to become a confident person as he was. That's why I gradually trained my personality, and I wanted to tell myself that I am a confident person and I should act like that always. So that's Bruce Lee. And a lot of people actually came to me asking me why I liked Bruce Lee so much. Probably that's the reason. A confident person always has charisma, right? And they can always attract a lot of people around them. And I think that's probably the most attractive traits a person can have. All right, that's Bruce Lee and Kobe Bryant. I know that there are a lot of memes on the internet going on that went viral, and a lot of people, especially young children, liked to play the memes so much. I don't blame them. Yeah, I think it's kind of great for Kobe to be remembered like that, but I do not want people to kind of forget what he's done when he was alive, especially as a basketball player. He has inspired a lot of people. Even for me, I don't play basketball that much. I used to play a lot when I was in college, but his act and his behavior kind of influenced me when I was a student. Like I said, when I was in junior high school, senior high school, and in college. And in 2020, when I first heard that he was dead due to a helicopter crash, I couldn't believe the news. But gradually, I just accept the news. And I think Kobe just told me how to become mentally strong. And that's another important thing I learned from Kobe. Because I would always come across like difficulties in my life. Most of the time, for the most part, I would like to give up because I knew that I was not able to make it by my own. However, Kobe Bryant always told me that you shouldn't give up. You should always have everything figured out by yourself and thinking about how to solve the problem. Because if you don't challenge yourself, if you don't go beyond what you can do now exactly, you can never make any progress, right? So after I have learned this mentality, I'm there to challenge myself, right? I'm there to talk with people, even though I am an introvert. I'm there to make a website page, even though I know nothing about it. I'm there to do this and that, even though I do not have any talent in this at all. So that's what Kobe Bryant has brought to me. And I think it has changed my life as well. So that's why I think Bruce Lee and Kobe Bryant are two of my role models growing up. Even now, they are still are. They still are. And that's why I think they are really important in my life. Especially they just help me solve a lot of life problems. Even though they don't help me in person, they do help me in some way, like using the internet or just thinking about how they respond to their personal challenges. Just simply by thinking about it helps me because I know how did they respond to their personal challenges. The how is always the most important thing because I know they can do it. That means I can do it well. I can do it as well because if they can do it, that means it's not impossible. It is at least possible. As po- if it is at if it is possible, then that means it is possible for me to do it, right? So yeah, that's why I think role models are always important, and I really recommend you guys to think about this question. You don't have to give me the answer promptly. I don't need to. I don't need you to do that because you're not taking part in the text. You're answering this question for yourself, and you can even spend your whole life thinking about this question. But I sincerely hope you guys can get an answer eventually. All right. Yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys can learn something from this video. Keep interacting with you guys, and let's see you guys in my next video. Peace out.